I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
We are in a Ocoee, and this is Odd
Yes,
Places.
we apologize for that too. So,
Yep.
there's a 3-letter word going around that people are reacting to like it's a 4-letter word.
3-letter.
Yes.
Cat. Dog.
I shouldn't say it's a word. It's initials.
GOP. I don't know what.
Oh, no.
DEM.
Close. CRT. And I don't mean cathode ray tube.
CRT.
Critical race theory.
Oh, yeah.
What a frickin' stink is going on about that. God forbid we should teach people that about real American history.
All right. Well, okay. Let's take CRT.
Let's take CRT. Where are we taking it?
You know what? When I work in schools, and CRT is the curriculum resource teacher.
Oh.
Okay, CRT. So, what exactly is CRT?
All right. Very basically,
Yeah.
CRT is a construct developed in the 70s by some legal scholars that said because this country was founded on racism, it was created on racism, it was built by racism, that racism has infiltrated into the legal and systematic structure of this country, and it's still there. And that we should acknowledge it, we should try to understand it, and see what we could do to remove that aspect of our system. That's all it is.
That's
it's
what it is.
nothing more.
So it is not me, a white person, feeling bad about being white.
Not at all.
All right.
Now that's what the other side wants to paint it as, and the getting all up in arms over you're going to teach kids to hate our country. No.
Okay.
Not at all.
So, and this is mainly in schools, correct? This is
Actually, CRT is not being taught in primary school anyways.
Yeah.
It's a legal structure, so it's more being discussed in college and beyond.
All right. So what is the reason behind education? Let's say elementary, high school. Let's say pre-K through 12. What is the reason for education? Why do we?
Are you asking about
just education in general?
The right reason or the actual reason?
All right, give me both.
The right reason is to help people think.
Okay, critical thinking.
Critical thinking is the right reason. That's not truly why education exists. It's the exact opposite. It exists as a form of compliance and conditioning. Telling kids what is right, what isn't right. Indoctrination.
Indoctrination.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why it was created. That's not really what it's supposed to be doing.
So let's explore that just for a minute. Do you feel that the reason why sheep, finding the lost sheep, look at that, it's on and on.
Right next to the Life Worship Center, which makes perfect sense.
Do you feel that we are indoctrinating people to not think, however, to only comply?
Of course.
Okay. What's bad? What's wrong with that? Comply.
Obedience?
Citizens come in, yeah.
What's wrong with that? Besides everything? I'm just trying to think if there's any reason.
To comply.
Well,
anarchy? I mean, we could have anarchy if we all did not comply.
True.
Okay. So, I mean, that would be the reason why we want to indoctrinate people. Yes?
You don't want people to comply. You want people to follow for the right reasons. There's a difference.
Okay. What's the difference?
You want people to follow.
What's the difference?
You want people to be able to critically think, come to a conclusion that makes sense. That's for the betterment of all society, let's say, if you're talking about a country.
Okay.
And you want them to want to do the right thing.
All right.
But you got to...
Oh, I get it. You don't want them to just say, X said this.
Do X.
I'm going to do X.
Right.
You want them to critically think and go, wait a minute. Do I really? I mean, is that the best for me to jump off this bridge, to jump off this cliff? Wait a minute. Let me critically think about this. No. Let's not do it. Okay, I got it.
Not just that, but dissent is healthy. Dissent. I want people to...
Dissent.
To
disagree. Argue. To disagree.
Yes. Absolutely.
Here is my argument for people to disagree. I would not want to be around people who agree with me all the time.
I know, it'd be like dating yourself.
Oh my God, we talked about that. Would you date yourself? All right. So dissent, I agree. I agree. Dissent is good. Dissent. Let's argue the point.
Dissent is delicious.
You were going to open me up to something I never thought about. By doing that,
Right.
I'm not going to personally hate you for it. I'm going to personally think.
But here's the problem.
Okay.
When the dissent comes against a traditional-based teaching, where you've been taught something, your parents have been taught something, you're teaching your kids something, and then something comes along and says, hey, guess what? That's not exactly true. That's not
Right.
exactly how it happened.
Okay.
There's some other factors to consider. That rocks your world.
Yes, the status
And
quo.
you revolt.
This-
You can't handle it.
The status quo is being pushed upon.
Right.
Change, and I think this is a human thing where we don't want to change. We want to stay in our own ways. Now,
Right.
the younger generations, they're voting, they're getting out there, they're pushing. We need to do something about the climate. We're going to be here. You boomers are not going to be here. You boomers, don't leave a mess. Clean it up before you go.
And boomers are like, what the fuck do we care?
Okay, so we're talking about pushing the status quo.
I'm just talking about reality, man. When it comes to CRT, when it comes to what we do in K through 12, which is a lot of teachers now want to teach actual American history, not just whitewashed. Just be open and honest about what happened. That's all.
Let's talk about education. I mean,
Do you know, I just found out that we're in Ocoee.
yeah,
100 years ago, 1920, it was the worst, it was the most violent and bloodiest day, voting day, election day in American history. Right here, right around the corner from us here.
Yeah.
Right around the corner. The bloodiest day in the entire history of the United States on election day. Over 30 African Americans died because they were lynched for trying to go vote.
right.
Right here.
Oh.
How come I didn't know that? I've been alive 45 something, whatever, 1,000 years. How come I just found out about that this past year? Why?
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is that you wish that you knew this or were taught this in high school, college.
Isn't this this is part of it? This is local history.
This is
not
local
just
history.
American history.
Yeah.
This is local history.
However, I'm going to argue it. You did not grow up here, did you?
I grew up in South Florida,
All right.
but I've been here about 17, 18 years now.
All right,
in Central Florida.
So, I mean, you only know it from stories that are being told now about it, and then every,
Right.
I guess last year was the 100th year
Centennial,
anniversary
yeah.
of it. Okay, so basically, here you go. Don't teach my kids CRT, right? That's the argument. Don't teach my kids CRT. Critical race theories. I don't want. I don't want that. I want.
That's the surface argument, but then the
Okay.
reasons why is the
All right.
the issue.
So if you don't want your kids to be taught CRT, they're not being taught it now.
No, they're not anyways. But they don't want. No, what they're saying is they're using CRT as a buzzword to block the teaching of real American history, actual known facts about American history that don't make America look like the best country in the world.
All right.
That's all.
Okay. All right. So my argument is, if you don't, let's say CRT is taught.
Yeah.
Let's say real American history is taught
Right.
in high schools, every high school in the country.
Okay.
And let's say the state. If you don't want your kid to know that, okay, by arguing against it, wouldn't that make your kid want to know what it is, especially at a high school level?
Probably.
Daddy, I want to know what this is. No, it's garbage. It's whatever. Or send your kid to a school or homeschool and you teach them whatever you want to teach them.
Yes, teach them all the ignorance you want. Let them be completely ignorant of everything. Because here's the worst part. When they get older, they're going to find out about it. Mm-hmm. And they're going to have a hard time adjusting.
Or not.
Yeah, they will.
Oh, you
Exactly.
just found out about Ocoee.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, the conversations are going on and on now. Now we're actually talking about this stuff a lot more openly
yeah.
than we did in the past. And it's not going backwards.
What about if you insulate your friends that believe the way you believe, and then at some
You
point,
could try.
All right.
You could try.
I'm Banks. Wait, no, I'm not Banks yet. We got 7 seconds.
7 seconds.
We got 7 seconds.
No,
What do
know.
you-
Now we only have 3 seconds. 2. What?
I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
Odd places. Going.
Viral.
Boom.
You
Gotta
had
get-
7 seconds.
Gotta